Hello and welcome to another episode of Kia Electric News. As you may have seen during the week in my other videos, the North American recall has been announced for the Integrated Charging Control Unit, or ICCU, in nearly every Kia EV6, Hyundai Ioniq 5 and 6 and Genesis GV60, 70 and 80. There are some exclusions, but these are more recent models manufactured in February this year. It turns out that this is a fresh recall with brand new software for the affected ICCU. Kia had found that the previous voluntary recall, which was SC271 or recall 230063 for the rest of the world, was found not to protect the ICCU from failing. In short, they investigated the failed ICCUs to determine what was causing the failures, which resulted in this week's updated ICCU software update and recall. This update will involve a visit to your dealer, as it cannot be updated via over-the-air updates. The NHTSA, which is the safety authority in America, have more detailed information as follows. This is from the Kia recall documents. All cars produced between November the 17th, 2021 to February the 7th, 2024 in North America. The Integrated Charging Control Unit, ICCU, may become damaged over time through transient high voltage and thermal cycling. A damaged ICCU may not be able to charge the 12-volt battery, which can discharge gradually while driving with progressive reductions of motive power. If the driver ignores the warnings associated with the discharging battery condition and continues to operate the vehicle in a reduced power mode, the vehicle may eventually experience complete power loss and you will not be able to move it. The improved ICCU software decreases thermal loading and lowers peak voltage during operation to mitigate damage to the ICCU. 2024 MY EV6 vehicles produced from the 8th of the 2nd 24 through to 27th of the 2nd 24 are being repaired at the port prior to distribution to dealers and thus are not included within the scope of this recall. There is currently no news of this campaign reaching the EU, the UK and the rest of the world, but I expect one to follow. I will of course keep you updated on this, and as soon as I have some news I will pass it on. I was asked in the comments if I knew of a way to protect your ICCU until the update becomes available. My answer to that is maybe. As far as I know, and far as I can tell, the ICCU is not involved in rapid DC charging at all. When a DC CCS cable is plugged in, it only utilises the bottom two pins of the CCS connector and also the earth and the comms connectors at the top of the Type 2 cable. Also, if you look at this Hyundai EGMP video clip, you can see that the power only goes into the ICCU if you are charging on AC. When it's DC charging, it seems to do the 400 volt to 800 volt conversion in the inverter that sits on top of the rear motor. If I've got this wrong, please let me know so I can stand corrected, because it's been difficult enough to research the detail of this and in the short time I've got to record this episode. The ICCU contains many functions, but the one that has been long suspected of causing the ICCU to overheat is the onboard charger, or OBC, but only when charging at 11 kilowatts, which is 40 amps in the US. Firstly, I would recommend sticking to 7 kilowatt AC charging if you can. Secondly, you can rate limit your AC charging down from 100% down to 60%. So even if you only have access to an 11 kilowatt charger, you can slow it down. The lower the charging voltage, the lower the heat that gets generated in the onboard charger inside the ICCU. The other question I was asked is if the new ICC update will slow 11 kilowatt charging. I think that the answer to this is yes, but only if the charge port is overheating. It will rate limit the charge speed downwards. And as I've said previously above, DC charging should not be affected by this. A link to the US Hyundai and Genesis TSB can be found here. A link to the Kia US TSB can be found here once it turns up, hopefully. Anyway, on to the next story. I've done ICCUs to death this week. The Korea Herald reports that the Kia EV3 is to lead the mass market shift to electric cars. Kia CEO Song Ho-sung said the automaker is set to lead the mass adoption of electric vehicles with the upcoming launch of the EV3, its most affordable model to date. Leveraging the success of our EV6 and EV9 models, we are poised to introduce the EV3 this year, finally delivering a viable option for the average consumer. Song said in the company's annual shareholders meeting. The EV6 released in 2023 and the EV9 launched in 2024 received much praise, except the EV6 was released in 2021. Strange, this article. The EV9 was named the North American Car of the Year. He further detailed Kia's proactive steps towards supporting the EV3's launch, including enhancements to production, sales ecosystems and software solutions. This includes the development of the Evo plant, a dedicated EV manufacturing facility at Kia Autoland in Hwangsong. Kia revealed the EV3's price point will be around $30,000 at the 2023 Los Angeles Auto Show. Well, fingers crossed it's there or a bit lower. With the cost of batteries tumbling, it should really be lower. Australian website Car Sales has spotted some recent Australian trademarks by Kia. These point to upcoming models. Car Sales says that Kia has seemingly laid out its upcoming EV strategy via a string of trademark applications, covering everything from a pint-sized EV1 city crossover through to an expected EV8 four-door coupe, or coupe. The South Korean car maker has filed no less than 27 separate trademark applications for the EV1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 and 8 nameplates, each with up to 4 derivatives: light, air, earth and water. All of these submissions were received by IP Australia on February the 29th, 2024. Based on current models and confirmed future EVs, the odd numbers will apply to SUVs, whilst the even numbered electric cars will be reserved for sedan type models. The EV3 compact SUV and EV4 mid-size sedan concepts illustrate this strategy, alongside the EV5 medium-size and the EV9 large SUVs. The EV6 also comes under this rule despite being classified as a large SUV in Australia. Kia deems it more of a high-riding fastback. Auto Express reports in the Best New Cars Coming in 2025 article that the Kia EV5 is now coming in to the UK in 2025. Auto Express says Kia's onslaught of all-electric cars is set to continue, with the EV3 crossover arriving in 2024, followed shortly afterwards by the EV5 mid-size SUV that'll aim to steal sales away from the Nissan Ariya, Tesla Model Y and Skoda Enyaq. Like the EV6 Coupe and the EV9 7-seater, the EV5 sits on Kia's bespoke EV platform called EGMP. With 3 variations available, this is still not confirmed because this was based on what's available in China, from standard, long range and long range all-wheel drive. Kia will also soon launch the EV4 saloon in 2025, before the Korean brand introduces a super mini-sized electric car called the EV2 by 2027. Car grills could have a future on EVs thanks to Hyundai Mobis, reports CarScoops. CarScoops says while a number of EVs look fit for the witness protection program, grills could make a comeback thanks to active aerodynamics. Electric vehicle design continues to evolve, but some automakers have waved goodbye to the grille. The ones that haven't use fully enclosed facsimiles, which are typically hit or miss. Hyundai Mobis is working to address the issue by making traditional grills useful in the electric era. As part of this effort, the company has developed an integrated front face module that offers improved aerodynamics as well as more conventional look. The module is heavily inspired by active shutter grills and features components that open and close to reduce drag. However, that's oversimplifying things, as the front end has been equipped with active air curtains, air skirts, grille flaps and hood vents. These work to improve aerodynamics, whilst also allowing for heat exchange, which optimises battery cooling efficiency. Thanks to this dual-purpose design, an electric vehicle's range can be extended by approximately 12.4 miles or 20 kilometres. Hyundai Mobis added the technology is particularly beneficial for crossovers and SUVs, as there's not a lot of options for improving aerodynamics. The active vents aren't the only party trick, as the front end has an automatic charger retrieval feature as well as a retractable LiDAR sensor. The latter only protrudes whilst driving, so it's protected when parked. This could potentially save you from an expensive replacement cost. Besides the aforementioned benefits, the module allows for styling advantages, as automakers can use traditional grille designs. This can help their vehicles stand out from the faceless competition. Korean Economic Daily reports that Hyundai is to bring the Casper EV to Japan and premium Genesis cars to India. Hyundai Motor Co will bring its electric Casper crossover city car to Japan next year as part of a bid to reinvigorate its performance in the neighbouring country. The automaker also plans to roll out its high-end premium line of Genesis cars in India, the world's third largest car market after China and the US, and among the fastest growing electric vehicle markets in Asia. Hyundai is set to build an electric version of the Casper, a mini sport utility vehicle, at its Gwangju Global Motors plant in Korea in the second half of this year and sell the model in Japan from early next year. And we've already heard that Casper's coming to Europe. With the electric Casper, Hyundai will be selling 3 EV models in Japan, including the Ioniq 5 crossover and the Kona Electric, which are already available in the market. Korean Car Blog reports that Hyundai has teased the Ioniq 5 EN1 Cup car on YouTube. Hyundai Motor held N Festival back in December and unveiled the design sketches of the first one-make EV race car Ioniq 5 EN1 Cup car based on the EN1 class. Today Hyundai teased the final model, set to be revealed March 31st. Designed with safety and lightweight as a top priority, the Ioniq 5 EN1 Cup car features faster cornering speed and stability with dedicated race parts. With its enhanced air power appearance and amplified NAS Plus Active Sound Plus, each team will provide a unique virtual engine sound that will bring new enjoyment to the audience in EV one-make race. In addition, the plan is to add fun to the game by making the NE Shift, a virtual gear shift, available for real-world racing. I'll put on screen the Hyundai Ioniq 5 Cup car specs. There's quite a lot. I would guess some of this will eventually end up being in some kind of N-line car that's in production. It is expected that Hyundai finish the EN1 model development by February of 2024, while racing series will start in May 2024. Not Kia related, but many of us have Zappi chargers to charge our cars at home. Last week, Carol on the Kia UK Nero EV Facebook group posted a video from a Zappi installer electrician who said he had a customer's warranty claim refused by My Energy because they claimed an upstream RCD breaker was now required in the install, instead of the MCB or miniature circuit breaker that My Energy had previously advised. The Zappi already has its own internal RCD, which was the original reason for doing it this way. So anyway, for more information, the video is up there. It's a bit contentious. And finally, after a week of continual ICCU news, which has been quite negative, but hopefully will be positive once it's all fixed, I came across this video on Kia Worldwide. It's 10 minutes long and has an ambient soundtrack that I found quite relaxing. Since 2022, Kia Global Design has been part of Seoul Light at Dongdaemun Design Plaza, or DDP, in South Korea, and was also a significant partner in Seoul Light DDP 2023. Kia Global Design has gathered memories and thoughts from diverse cultural communications and visitors worldwide over the last few years to create a digitally drawn journey in nature for Seoul Light DDP 2023. Kia Global Design is now ready and eager to return to the 2024 Milan exhibition in April and looks forward to their journey ahead. Anyway, I hope you enjoy that. As usual, I've put the detailed notes and links to stories in the description. That's all for this week. Thank you for watching.